Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Chess.com Classic, where we've just seen a hair-raising match between Magnus Carlsen and Denis Lazic. And Magnus joining us now. How are you feeling after all of that?
I'm pretty tired. It was a lot of chess today and a lot of, nervy games, a lot of time trouble, but, I'm happy to, to have finished.
And yeah, as you mentioned, 9 Blitz games earlier today in the Grand Chess Tour. 4 really tense games here against Denis. How do you feel about the match here that Denis played?
Yeah, the first game was kind of similar to when I had against him in Toronto in the Champions Chess Tour final last year, where it was a fairly equal game, and then I got a slight advantage in the rook endgame, which I won. So I mean, that's normal. Like in time trouble, you quite often win those. I think the second game that was a great shame. That could have been, a rare attacking win of mine. um, and that could have decided the match as well. And like obviously when I messed that one up, I had to work quite hard. But yeah, I mean he's a strong player. He's not easy to beat. So also the last time it was quite hard to beat him. So yeah, happy to get through.
And yeah, Magnus, do you have the time, the energy to look through the games between, like after you've played them? I saw you laughing on the camera. Was that just about having missed that missed the mate in the attacking masterpiece?
Yeah, the insane thing is that in order to be able to play Rook F2 a couple of moves earlier, I have to see that there is Queen B3 and then Queen G5 check. So evidently the check had crossed my mind, but apparently not in that situation. Also because I believe that Queen D4, which I had seen, would more or less win the game on the spot. When I realized that wasn't the case, as happened basically throughout the day today, once I got down on time, I just lost my mind completely. And it has to be said, like he started to defend super well. I kind of like it's hard to get a read on him in that way. Like he always gets down on time, and sometimes he collapses, and sometimes he just plays really well with little time. I mean, I guess he's young, so it's normal. But yeah, that was a bit frustrating.
Don't worry, I've missed mate in two countless times in my career. And I mean, the final game, it looks like he was getting close. Did you realize there was one opportunity for him at the very end there?
Yeah, I realized like right after I made, like honestly, I was so tired at the end. I couldn't calculate, but um, I got this notion that Rook F6 just draws, like I get G6 next, and so I played it without much thought. And of course, immediately as I made the move, I realized um that I just blundered the game away. And the worst part is that I could still have like gathered myself and fought with Rook B6. I'm not quite sure if that's winning for white or not. For instance, like the typical pawn push with E6 doesn't work because I get the rook on the G file and then it holds. But yeah, I mean, I like just took the pawn in disgust, and then I was shocked to see King E6 instead of King D6, which just won on the spot. So, but again, he had very little time, so I wouldn't be too harsh on him.
And looking ahead, Magnus, tomorrow you play Vincent Keimer in the winners final, but also after a long day at the Grand Chess Tour. What are your thoughts on that match? And What are you going to do now to to prepare, be ready for the long day?
Yeah, I need to relax a little bit. It's been a long day. And the thing is, like, I started off so poorly in the blitz today that I ended up spending like so much nervous energy, which is why I just felt drained when we started today. Yesterday, when we started to play, I felt completely fine, and also the match was not a problem. But today, like, I just felt drained from the get go. So yeah, I need a miracle cure for tomorrow to be able to perform for sure.
I believe in you. Still some fuel left in that tank, Magnus, but we'll let you go in a moment. If we can just ask you maybe two quick questions from our chat today.
Hmm.
Um, so, Hearty Heartfelt asks what you think Dennis Lazovic needs to work on to make that next step.
I think he needs more experience. I mean, he's a very good positional player. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give him too much advice. Like, he's doing very well. So I don't think he's what, like 17, 18. Like, he's on a good path. So I don't want to. I don't want to say he has to do this and that because clearly he's doing a lot right.
Mhm. And final question: what's the best takeaway food place in Warsaw?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really had any takeaway foods. The last days, like I've actually had time to eat after the games before the rapid games before the tour games. So I don't know. I went to a kebab place last year after I won the tournament. I realized that for some reason there are like loads of kebab places in Warsaw, and it was all right. It was not a bad celebration, but I'm probably not gonna write the food guide on Warsaw anytime soon. But I enjoy it here.
Magnus, many congratulations today on defeating Denis Lazovic and progressing. Go get some rest. Best of luck tomorrow in both events.
Thank you.